The sting and pain of defeat and not keeping his promise is a pain that feels unbearable. Something that we see in this emotional chapter from our main protagonist in the series known as Blue Box. Hello everyone and welcome to the Enemies Ilya, and today we're here to talk about chapter 24 of the Blue Box manga series. A really emotional yet enjoyable chapter that focuses on Taiki after his failure in qualifying for nationals. So then let's start off by talking about Taiki. Learning of his first round exit was kind of shocking, as I thought Taiki would at least have made it through a couple of rounds, if not, to the finals. But as it stands, the challenge of Yasai was too hard for Taiki to overcome. Now then, the line from Taiki where he says it's over already, that to me tells me that he was super focused while inside the match itself. Also allowing us to understand as the reader that Taiki was playing at his best because he was hyper focused in this situation. Meaning he did not pull any punches when playing. So even though he tried his hardest, he did everything he possibly could, he still came up short and ended up losing by some big margin. Plus that line about having to help out the referee after his defeat hit personally for me, as I've been playing a lot of darts myself, entering some tournaments, and after getting knocked out, you need to help score / assist the official. So for that, I did like that little touch because it added a bit more realism to it, and it gave me that personal connection to some degree. One of the highlight moments for me though from this chapter was the Hina and Taiki moment together. This I absolutely loved. It was wholesome and super sweet. Hina just wanted to try and comfort and support Taiki after his loss, but instead she ends up leaving the conversation feeling more inspired about everything that's going on, because she's infatuated by Taiki's ability to always look forward whenever a problematic situation arises. Plus, his hard work and dedication inspires her as well. Hina, I thought, was used rather smartly within this chapter, because we know that she in turn has feelings for Taiki, but at the same time, it makes sense for Hina to want to help her friend out in this situation, and being a little bit ignorant of the way the tournament works. Obviously thinking it might be a round robin and Taiki might have some more chances. More on that though in just a little minute. Throughout the chapter after his loss though, Taiki always remained positive and hopeful for things to come in the future. Wanting to train hard and improve his skills and develop so he's ready for next year, as he's only in his first year of school, meaning he's got 2 more attempts left, second year and third year. So him gaining national qualification is still something that is highly possible. However, once he saw Chinasu and learnt of her victory, he was happy. He was grateful that she managed to get through and earned her place in the national stage. However, reality then dawned on him, and he realised that his dream and promised that they both made together of going to nationals together has actually been broken. This was Chanatsu's last chance to go to nationals, and Taiki knew that. He knew the pressure that was weighing in on him and the kind of promise that he made and what he had to do to uphold his end of the bargain. That's why when he learned that Chanatsu went through, he was happy, yet he was also crushed by his own weakness, by his own mistakes, and his own powerlessness. Now then, this whole segment where Taiki runs out and is disappointed and in his own self-doubt, I thought was absolutely fantastic, as it allows us, the reader, to feel more sorry for Taiki in a very emotional and impactful way. Throughout the entirety of this chapter, Taiki was grieving his loss, but at the same time, he was feeling quite positive and looking toward the future until reality actually sunk in and hit him hard. When that happened, like I said, it had a lot of impact and a lot of weight behind it, because we know how emotional Taiki can be and how much this meant to him. Now, I do think a certain line that was in the middle of this chapter will play a significant role in the future. And here's my wild theory / prediction Or just my 2 cents, I guess you could call it. With Taiki running out the house feeling depressed now, and with Haru's friend stating that Taiki went home feeling depressed, he left early, I can see a situation in where Haru is the one who confronts Taiki next chapter, giving him some tough love and harsh words about the sorry state that Taiki is now in after losing and getting knocked out the tournament. Reminding him that on the court today, it wasn't only Taiki's dreams or promises that was broken. Haru himself, although gained national qualification, didn't achieve his dream of defeating Kyoto. That dream was yet again crushed. However, what did Haru do after this defeat? Did he mope around and feel sorry for himself? No, because Haru isn't as weak, or isn't weak enough to get depressed about something as trivial as that. Instead, Haru tells Taiki to train with him and get stronger, which in turn boosts the morale of our main protagonist, and he finds his stamp again. Taiki rises once more. Now I feel like this would be a better direction to go in than having Chanatsu chase after Taiki and have that emotional sort of supportive talk that we kind of expect to happen when the two next meet each other and Chanatsu learns of the results of Taiki's match. Simply because I don't feel like Chanatsu at this moment in time has the ability to pull Taiki out of his current mindset. So I feel like Haru can understand Taiki a little better because they are quite similar in that regard. In the fact that both characters have had their dreams sort of crushed, but Haru has managed to rise above things for the most part and carry on. So he can be like this sort of mentor still to Taiki and help him stand up on his own feet yet again. For me, Taiki in this chapter was very fascinating, from his maturity growth to his emotional display, and I can't wait to see what happens next chapter. Although I do feel like it's possible that chapter 25 might just be a little bit of a troll and show us Chanatsu's match. Basically saying that, this is how Chanatsu gained national qualification, this is how her team won. Just to make us wait that little bit extra for what's to come in Taiki's development phase. Now then, let's talk about Haru. Honestly, based off of the information that we were given, Haru seems to have the easiest route within this particular tournament, as he avoided both Yasa and Hyodo, until, well, obviously the finals. But I do have to say though, that face that Haru pulls after his loss was absolutely golden. Yes, Haru may have gained national qualification, but his main objective was not achieved in this tournament, as he did not beat the one person that he wanted to best in competition. However, he still has a shot, because at nationals, depending on the brackets, he still has maybe round 2 against Hyodo soon. Now then, his reaction to learning of Taiki's absence was rather interesting, as it almost seems that Haru was surprised. However, when looking at the dialogue and the facial expression together, it makes me feel like that Haru's opinion of Taiki might have actually changed for the worst. If you remember, Haru in the earlier chapters was stated to be someone who doesn't give people much attention if he does not see any value within them. So could this reaction from Haru be a hint that Taiki's value has gone down in his estimation, or in his mind? Not for losing in the tournament and not for reaching the finals, but for being knocked out and not getting back up. Maybe after learning that Taiki went home all depressed, this made Taiki go down in Haru's estimation and was like, I didn't think Taiki would be that kind of person. Well, that's disappointing. Which obviously led us to the phrase, oh, I see. Instead, like I said, Haru expected Taiki to be someone that even though he got knocked down, he would have the desire to bounce back up and try again until he managed to win. Going back to my earlier prediction about Haru being the one to help Taiki next chapter, I can definitely see Haru being more relevant within the story moving forward, as Haru can personally relate to Taiki's feelings after exiting this particular tournament. Because in Haru's first year, Haru would have been knocked out the exact same tournament with those feelings of sadness, frustration, and disappointment that our main protagonist is now going through. So let's see some more bond and connection building between Haru and Taiki, because I think that'd be pretty cool. Now then, the conversation with Hina, Kyo, and the other guy I thought was excellent for two reasons. Reason number one, it really hammers home the fact that Taiki is out of chances / matches. Because obviously there's no round robin system, it's a one match, you get knocked out, you're done. Goodbye, sayonara, see you later. And number two, the dialogue about sports was magical, saying that a tournament lasts a second, and whether or not you can play your game is the extent of your ability. You don't get rewards just because you tried hard or put in a lot of effort. That's just sport. Now that dialogue, I absolutely loved. It was one of my favourite pieces of dialogues, one of my favourite quotes that I've read in recent memory within any manga or anime. I just loved it a lot, as it applies to every sport and every game that you play, and it adds realism within the series. And you know something else that I loved from this chapter? The beautiful Chanatsu smile that she gives in that panel. Wow, that was amazing and well deserved. I wish we could have seen the basketball match play out, but I'm super happy that she won and she gained her dreams of going to nationals. Hopefully she shut up those players from chapter 20 who doubted her as well in the process, but I guess we are going to see that because that does still need to be fleshed out a bit more. Well, overall, I love this chapter. I thought it was absolutely amazing. The emotional and character interactions shown were all perfect, and the setup for future arcs / chapters looks super intriguing, and I can't wait to see how that all unfolds. Plus, the art style is incredible. I say it every week, but that's because, for some reason, somehow, the art style always seems to improve with every chapter that gets released. And you know what? I'm here for it. Absolutely loved it. So let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this chapter in its entirety. But of course, I do hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, hit like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll be seeing you next time. Have a great day. Alligator, matane. Goodbye.